Donald Trump's blistering attack on London's mayor, Sadiq Khan, calling him horrible, vicious, disgusting, has reignited a transatlantic political firestorm. In a recent interview with Politico, Trump did not mince words. "He's a horrible mayor. He's an incompetent mayor, but he's a horrible, vicious, disgusting mayor. I think he's done a terrible job," he said. "London's a different place. I love London. I love London. And I hate to see it happen." He went further, claiming Khan gets elected because so many people have come into the UK. They vote for him now. The remarks came as a shock to many observers, not only for their blunt hostility, but for targeting the first Muslim mayor of London, a city long celebrated for its multicultural identity and global openness. In the wake of the comments, political alliances and public reactions have shifted swiftly. For more than 24 hours after Trump's remarks, the government in London remained silent. There was no immediate response from the highest levels of power. The initial lack of condemnation prompted concern across the political spectrum. But the silence did not last. The following day, Keir Starmer, Prime Minister and leader of the Labour Party, belatedly issued a firm defence of Khan. Downing Street's spokesperson declared Trump's remarks wrong, praising Khan's record and saying that the Prime Minister was hugely proud of the mayor's performance, and proud to call him a colleague and friend. The decision to speak out came after mounting pressure domestically and internationally. Leaders and commentators across parties and nations condemned Trump's description, a broad attack not only on Khan, but also, many argued, on London's diverse electorate and European values. As one observer put it, the insults revived a long-running feud between Trump and Khan. Trump's attack, however, was not an isolated outburst. In recent years, he has repeatedly criticized Khan, calling him a nasty person, incompetent, a disaster, and even a stone-cold loser. But the latest salvo stands out for its intensity and timing, arriving as Europe grapples with migration, integration, and cultural identity debates, and at a moment when U.S.-Europe relations are themselves under renewed strain. For Khan, the new attack appears not just personal, but symbolic. As London's first Muslim mayor, whose parents came from Pakistan, Khan represents a modern, pluralistic metropolis and the changing face of Europe. Trump's rhetoric, many critics argue, feeds a narrative of fear, exclusion, and demographic anxiety, giving voice to nationalist and nativist sentiments that resonate far beyond London. Khan's own response was measured but pointed. He argued that London remains the greatest city in the world, pointing to its appeal to Americans, as tourists, students, investors, and to its global standing in culture, business, and diversity. Beyond words, the incident triggered broader political consequences. Members of the public, politicians, civic leaders and commentators demanded clarity and condemnation. For many, Trump's words were more than an insult. They were emblematic of a growing trend: attacks on pluralistic values, on diversity, and on leadership that reflects changing demographics. In defending Khan, Starmer and others aligned themselves with those values, positioning London's multiculturalism, and by extension, inclusive, progressive urban governance, as a counter-narrative to divisive populism. But the backlash has also exposed deep divisions between Europe and America, between liberal and nationalist worldviews, between claims of political correctness and appeals to cultural identity. For Londoners, the episode may reignite debates over immigration, identity, and representation. For Muslims and ethnic minorities across Europe, it may serve as a cautionary story, reminding them that their leaders, and by extension their communities, can be targeted in global political dramas. At the same time, for Khan, the moment could galvanize support, reinforcing his image as a symbol of modern London, resilient, diverse, and unapologetically global. Meanwhile, for Trump, the attack may shore up his base, appealing to voters who feel threatened by demographic change, who distrust establishment politics, or who view global cities with suspicion. As this transatlantic controversy unfolds, all eyes now turn to how political leaders, in the UK, Europe, and beyond, will respond. Will they stand by diversity, inclusion, and multiculturalism? Or retreat to safe, polarizing rhetoric? And for London, a city built on openness and migration, the stakes could not be higher.